Technology and a native from Nzime Nyinase, where I pursued my basic education at the Nyinase Methodist Basic School. I furthered my education at Nkrofo Agricultural Senior High School, where I pursued general science. Um, I got admitted to the University of Mines and Technology in the year 2024, where I was offered BSc Geological Engineering, and I'm currently in the level 300. With my leadership experience, I served as the school head boy in high school, that's in Kofo Agricultural Senior High School. In 2025, I served as a project committee member during the Inti Amwak administration, and currently serving as the financial secretary of Railway Hall JCR at University of Mines and Technology. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You can have yourself.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll start assessing you based on the CV you submitted to us. So with your CV, so with your CV, do you have it there? Do you have your CV with you?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. I would like you to check the last page and provide us with your referees.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The referees are available upon request, please.
Yes, so I'm now requesting for it. You are requesting for it now. Or okay, what do you mean by available upon request?
Um, Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Looking at the provided documents here, there are a lot of referees to be occupied.
So I think you can seek the leave of the committee to do that.
So you have the chance to provide the referees, or you are given the chance to provide the referees to us.
I can't even let him. I want him to see.
My educational background,
No, what I was expecting you to do, maybe you can even request that if you don't have them off head, so you can refer to this and provide it.
pardon.
I was expecting to see, even if you don't have the referees, their contacts and informations off head, you can request to just make some references and then provide it. That was what I'm expecting from you.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Okay.
So, under your education, University of Mines and Technology, I came across GIS as one of the relevant courses. What's GIS?
Okay, thank you. GIS is a software that's basically using the geomatic by the geomatician and then the geologist to um by the geomatician or geologist when mapping remote areas.
Okay, so if I get you have hands-on experience in that.
Not as much, but it's a relevant course that as a geological student we study.
Okay, sure. And then you are an assistant store manager, right? An assistant store manager where you conduct inventory checks. So what's inventory checks?
All right, thank you. So the inventory checks here basically means we conduct periodic checks on goods that was raised stocks and then goods that are out of stocks. We also make sure that we we do checks based on the inside. Sorry. Yeah, so basically it means periodic checks on goods we bought and then goods that have been sold. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we move to the next criteria, which is general knowledge.
Mr. Obetando,
Honorable,
Justice, not honorable.
please said,
Please, how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Please, how about you?
I'm equally doing fine.
We bless God.
We are now in the field of general knowledge. So, from your own assessment, how good are you when it comes to general knowledge?
I believe I'm equipped with practical skills when it comes to my field of interest. Nevertheless, I still have a lot to learn.
And what is your field of interest?
Financial management.
Who who is the current SRC president?
Mr. Ebenezer Tete.
Okay. You are aware of the Bank of Ghana.
Yeah, I know Bank of Ghana.
When was the Bank of Ghana formed?
I can't get that off head. The last time I checked was a long time ago.
The last time you checked it was what?
It was a long time ago and it has killed me.
It has skipped you. Have you read any financial document, any financial book? How well are you when it how good are you, sorry, when it comes to financial and fiscal literacy?
Please come again for me.
How good are you when it comes to financial and fiscal literacy?
You as stated earlier, being the financial secretary in this current administration, I've been exposed to, I've been equipped with practical skills, and then when it comes to financial management. So that's the little knowledge I have about financial management.
Who is the current finance minister?
Honorable Atufosin.
Have you read through the Public Procurement Act?
Yeah, I went through the Public Procurement Act, specifically the document that was sent to us.
Okay, so the Public Procurement Act was once called, the Public Procurement Act was once called, or let me put it this way, it is an amended version of an old law. What is that law?
FMAP. FMAP.
What's PEFMA?
Public Financial Management Reform.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
What does the Public Procurement Act seek to achieve?
Public Procurement Act basically wants fairness in acquiring goods and services by um, making sure that um, we engage in multiple suppliers. While we engage in multiple suppliers, seeking for a better deal, while making sure that we respect the value for money.
You are not so far geared off, but I was expecting a better answer for that. What is the body that is responsible for oversight when it comes to finances of public funds and legislative duties?
Please, the question again.
The body responsible for oversight. And when we talk about oversight, I mean accountability to public finances within the legislative settings. What particular committee?
The Public Procurement Committee. And please, I will need a bit of clarification with the question again.
The oversight body within the legislative assembly that is responsible for protecting public finances.
Finance and Audit Committee.
The Public Accounts Committee. The Public Accounts Committee.
All right, thank you.
Who is the current chairman of the Public Accounts Committee for UMaT SRID Legislative Assembly?
The chairman for Finance and Audit Committee, Mr. Amos. Mr. Amos.
Public Accounts Committee. I heard you mention finance and audit.
Yeah.
The question was on Public Accounts Committee.
Yeah, he's also the chairman for the Finance and Audit Committee.
No.
He's also the
Amos.
chairman for the Finance and Audit Committee.
You just stated Amos, so there are many Amos in this. Or
The surname is a bit.
Okay. Mr. Hope,
Honorable.
can you name me three principal officers of UMaT?
Thank you, Honorable. The Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, and then the Finance Officer.
Okay. The second question is, if the beginning of each academic year is when SRC is mandated to orient new students.
7 days.
No, I didn't get the question.
Please come again for me.
My question is, after the beginning of the academic year is when the SRC is mandated to orient new students.
Please, I don't have any.
It's the first 2 weeks of the semester. And this is my last question. What is the official motto of UMaT?
Knowledge, integrity, and service.
Oh, it's knowledge, truth, and excellence.
So, knowing that the official motto of UMaT is knowledge, truth, and excellence, how would you incorporate these values into your service as the SRC treasurer?
Please, the motto again.
Knowledge, truth, and excellence.
Thank you. As the SRC treasurer, I will make sure that these values, this motto Yeah, I will show reflection of these mottos in my administration in such a way that I provide knowledge about the financial state of the students' funds while making sure that whatever knowledge that I'm providing represents the truth.
The last one. The last one. I didn't get the last one. Excellence.
Excellence. While making sure that um, I'm providing them with the truth, it complements my ability as an excellence leader.
Okay. So, what is the primary function of the Auditor General?
The primary function of the auditor general is to run checks on how budgeted money are spent and making sure that there is no audit red flags, and if there is, give prior knowledge and corrections to um, whoever is being audited.
Okay.
Thank you.
Um, Kindly explain the difference between accountability and transparency.
Accountability basically means being able to account for account for the money that has been used or the budgeted money, and making sure that each money spent is backed with documents such as receipts, invoices, payment vouchers, while at the same time holding yourself responsible for any loopholes. Transparency, on the other hand, is the openness to public scrutiny.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with the answer you just provided, I think the second one to transparency, the answer you gave to transparency should have gone for accountability. And so take notice of that. Accountability comes with scrutiny, and transparency, it comes with openness, making all your actions and your dealings known to the general public and those yourself. Take notice of that.
Duly noted. Thank you very much. Uh, Mr. Obed, Honorable.
um, which committee of the SRC are you chairman of by virtue of your office? Should you be elected as SRC treasurer?
Please slow down a bit.
The, which committee? Which committee are you a chairman of by virtue of your office? Should you be elected as the SRC treasurer?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable. The SLC Treasurer is the chairman for the Finance and Development Committee and then Transport and Management Committee.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll move to the third criteria, which is field knowledge, where you'll be asked questions based on the duties of a treasurer and also finances.
Howard,
Honorable.
um, can you mention the provision of the SRC constitution that outlines your duty as the SRC treasurer?
Thank you very much. Please, I will need you to ask the question again.
I said, what provision? Which provision of the SRC constitution outlines your duties as treasurer?
All right, thank you. The SRC treasurer is supposed to keep custody of.
Not your responsibilities. Okay, I mean, which part of the constitution outlines your duties as a treasurer?
Please, do I need to quote a specific article?
That's yours to answer.
I can't quote the specific article of it, but I know the part of the SRC constitution that outline my duty as the SRC treasurer is under the tenure of office and responsibility of the executive committee.
Okay, let's go to my next question. What is your custodial responsibilities as SRC treasurer?
To keep and manage the students' funds
Is that all?
while making sure that accountability and transparency um, is assured, and at the same time to chair the finance and development committee, transport and management committee, and also publish the approved budget to the student bodies.
Uh, who are your co-signatories to the SRC bank accounts and vouchers? Your co-signatories. Your co-signatories.
Co-signatories.
Yes, please.
Thank you. The finance officer and then the SRC president.
Okay. And why do you think um why do you think what is the importance of those joint signatures? What's the importance?
Thank you very much. The finance officer, the SRC treasurer, and the SRC president being the joint signatories to the um, SRC, the students' account. It helps make sure that every withdrawn money would pass through some channels, and then it also It also help to exempt any form of mistrust. At the same time, making sure that even before money is withdrawn, this channel will enable transparency, accountability, accountability by these three
Thank you. Thank you.
signatories.
Thank you. Um, what's your role in preparing and publishing the annual SRC budget?
The basic role as the SRC treasurer is to read and defend the budget at the Legislative Assembly. And another role is me being the chairman of the Finance and
I
Development.
think you didn't get a question. What's your role in preparing and publishing the annual SRC budget?
The SRC treasurer, together with the Finance and Development committee members, would make sure that before any officer presents a budget, it has gone through a very tight procurement, that is engaging in multiple ways and making sure that we maintain the value of money even before the budget will be sent to the Legislative Assembly.
I am not satisfied with your answer. I'm not satisfied with your answer, but let's move forward. When is the budget supposed to be published? SRC budget. When is it supposed to be published?
To the student bodies.
Yes, please.
After it has been approved, after it has finally been sent to the Dean of Students and the Finance Officer.
Okay. Let me reframe the question. When is it supposed to be presented? When?
The Constitution doesn't specifically gives us the exact days, but it all depends on how much it will take the
Are you
ND
sure?
to approve it.
Are you sure? I said, when is it supposed to be presented?
To the student bodies or the Legislative Assembly.
When is it supposed to be presented according to the Constitution?
21 days.
No, please.
Now, please, I will need a clarification with the question.
I think-
Presented to the student bodies or the Legislative Assembly.
I think the answer is supposed to be the 10 days. I think in the first semester. Yeah, something like that. You get
Yes,
me? So the point is the Constitution clearly stated that. So if you had gone through that, you would have. Are you getting it? So that's a recommendation next time.
all right.
Read thoroughly.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Obetando,
Honorable.
have you gone through the Cash Collection Act?
Yes, please, Honorable. I went through the Cash Collecting Act, specifically the document that was sent to us.
I think with the Cash Collection Act, it's an act of the SRC Legislative Assembly. So no need to add specifically this again. Okay. So what is the objective of the Cash Collection Act?
Thank
The
you.
objective and the directive.
Mm, Objective of the Cash Collecting Act. The basic objective of the Cash Collection Act simply means that no officer is expected to take money at hand, and then all monies must be deposited into the required account.
Okay. Um, Mr. Bertando,
Honorable,
as a treasurer, what specific financial item or documents are you constitutionally mandated to keep in your custody?
thank you. Invoices from suppliers, quotations from suppliers, receipt after purchasing an item, budget documents.
Sorry, let me help you. I'm talking about the financial document and item two, the name two that you are supposed to keep in your custody
Financial documents,
and items.
ledger and cash books,
He said
ledger and cash books,
it's checkbooks and cash book. Checkbooks and cash books.
cash books.
Yeah. So what's the difference between these two items?
Checkbooks. Checkbooks are documents that permit me as the treasurer to go withdraw money from the bank, while cash books are documents that are used to record are used to record um, money spent, money deposited.
All right. Your next question is, who are the three specific officers required by law to be joint signatories to all SRC bank accounts and vouchers?
Thank you very much, Honorable. As stated earlier, the finance officer, the SRC treasurer, and then the SRC president.
Thank you.
Mr. Obetando.
Honorable.
So the Minister for Finance presents the national budget yearly. So why should you as an SRC treasurer pay attention to the national budget?
It gives me, thank you, Honorable. It gives me knowledge on national finances while making sure that um, I get myself exposed to learning new things while this budget is presented.
So what is inflation and how can it affect the SRC budget?
Inflation is basically the total increase the total price increase on goods and services.
The
Total price increment on goods and services.
Okay.
so what's the importance of budgeting for a program? Why do we budget?
Budgeting basically helps to be conscious on how SRC funds are spent. At the same time, making sure that unnecessary pressure or um, mismanagement of funds is assured.
So in your earlier submission, you've been mentioning receipts and then payment voucher. What is the difference between the two?
Payment voucher is a document that shows evidence that money has been given out, while receipts are documents given by a supplier which serves as a proof that payments have been made to the supplier.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obed. We'll now move to the fourth criteria, which is legal documents. Legal documents.
Okay.
You were provided with questions will be asked on that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, even before that, kindly tell me the various divisions of a budget, the sections in a budget.
So I'll need a bit of clarification with the question.
Okay, so what's, or how should I put it? The budget. Okay, turn the back of your paper and then draw a budget containing two items, only two items for maybe this vetting.
Any specific amount given?
No, just your estimate, just make simple estimate. CD, CD, take a chef. When it's done, then take it. When it's done.
Sound.
CD, it's done. Are you done?
Yeah. Please pardon my handwriting.
Okay, so I've gotten what I wanted, but just only one thing missing. So when it's done, you bring it to the first section. You wrote budget, right? Or the first
I
section.
Oh, that was supposed to be the topic.
Okay. So what was supposed to be there?
Item description.
Okay, okay, thank you. So we'll now go to the legal document. That's right. So we'll now
All right.
go to the
Thank you.
legal documents.
Mr. Obed. If money is spent by an officer but no receipt is provided, how must the expenditure be recorded during an audit?
Thank you very much, Honorable. The expenditure will be recorded as incomplete, and then the said officer uh, be cautioned to provide receipt or any document that's needed. If he is not able to, he will be sanctioned.
Yeah, but it's not incomplete. It's not recorded as incomplete, but it is recorded as unaccounted for,
All
not
right.
incomplete. So it is unaccounted for. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
The second question is the Legislative Assembly LA appoint an audit committee. Can you, as president, serve as a member of the committee?
No, please.
Why?
Because the committee chair and audit committee members are supposed to be members of the Legislative Assembly, of which
Thank you.
Okay. So according to all, have you read the Procurement Act?
yes, please, I have.
Okay, what do you understand by tendering?
Thank you. Tendering basically means the search for supplies.
And so the SRC wants to build a hostel in accordance with the Procurement Act. Just give me a brief of how they'll go about it.
Thank you very much. So the procurement um, asks us to use two sections when awarding contracts, and then one is single sourcing, the other is competitive tendering.
So under what? Okay, so give me the.
Yeah. So with the single source sourcing,
No, I I thought I gave you a scenario. So the SRC is building a hostel.
yeah,
So
yeah, I'll end up there.
okay.
So the supposed contractor would be awarded a contract using single sourcing upon only upon some reasonable conditions, and then with the competitive tendering, we engage multiple bids, making sure that we get the better deal with cheaper um, contracts.
So in your own understanding, for the hostel, should single source be used or competitive tendering?
I would go for competitive tendering.
So the reason.
I would go for competitive tendering because it gives us the opportunity to explore more options. So perhaps with a single sourcing, sorry, with the competitive tendering, it gives us the opportunity to explore for more options, and then as a result, it gets rid of any form of discrimination. And then with
Okay, Mr. Obed, thank you very much. Let's move on. So move to the next category, which is internal affairs.
Okay. So you've already stated that you, as the SRC treasurer, are a signatory to the SRC bank account, right? So how many days shall the change of signatories be done after handing over?
not more than 7 days.
Okay, can you be specific with that?
Any day within the 7 days.
Okay, so specifically 2 days. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So do you, as the treasurer, play any role in the handing over ceremony?
Yes,
What is it?
please, did you say handing over ceremony?
Yes, please. And transition of power.
With the ceremony as a whole, um,
So you, let's stick to the transition of power. Let's stick to the transition.
yeah, the treasurer together with the um president, with together with the incoming treasurer and then the incoming SRC president, so are all involved in transitioning of exchanging of the signatories.
Sure. So based on what condition will you be declared the winner of an election?
When I have a total vote count of 50 plus 1% and above.
Okay, so a simple majority is what you need to win an election. So assuming you've been elected as the SRC treasurer and then you plan on resigning from your duty as a treasurer, what are the steps that you need to take?
You write a letter of resignation to the general secretary, copying the SRC president. I'm not so sure about.
Okay, so you write the resignation letter to the three heads of the various offices. So executive will get one, judiciary will get a copy, and then LA2 will get a copy.
Thank you very much.
Obed, what specific written step must the president take before traveling for international conference? Maybe Accra. What are the steps?
The vice president is supposed to take in charge of all activities in the absence of the president, but the president must um, publish a letter to the student body declaring his absence of office.
No. The president must submit a written letter to the speaker and the copy to the chief justice. So that's what the constitution says.
Yep.
My next question is, if the SRC is invited to an international conference or a project, who has the power to nominate you as a delegate?
The president.
Not the president alone.
To nominate me as the SRC treasurer.
No, the question is, if the SRC is invited to an international conference, who has the power to nominate you? You said the president, that's correct. But it must be in consultation with the executive committee. You get it? Not the
Okay.
president alone, but
Okay.
it must consult.
The executive committee.
Exactly.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Mr. Obed,
Honorable.
a student reports to you that an SRC executive member is personally collecting money from students. As a treasurer, what action will you take?
And please, is he taking the money in the name of the SRC?
He's taking money from students.
I'll run a thorough investigation, checking the truthfulness of the case. And then if the supposed officer is found guilty, I hand the case over to the right constitutional authorities.
So you go through all this process whilst he's still collecting the money. So what I expect from you is first you stop him or her, right? Before you do the investigation.
What if it's not true?
Hmm?
Maybe it might not be true. So like how to run the investigation before.
So no. I think the first thing is you stop that person,
Okay.
then you do the investigation.
All right.
My
Thank
second
you.
question is the president directs you to release fund for funds for an emergency program that is not budgeted for? What will be your response?
My response, that's not going to be possible, while making sure that the president understands my point of view, letting him know that um I, as the SRC treasurer, I'm the custodian to the student account, and then um if any loopholes or any money that are not that has not been able to accounted for, I will be held responsible. Nevertheless, I would also make sure that I will check the agency of the funds, so that we pass through the right constitutional channel for it to be released.
Thank you very much. My last question is um my last question is, a committee has exhausted its approved budget halfway through the semester and request for additional fund. How will you assess the situation?
First of all, before the budget was presented by the committee and invoices was taken, so I would say that was unforeseen expenses that have been um, that has escalated, that led to the exhaustment of the funds. So if there are miscellaneous set aside, while making sure that I check through what the committee used the money for, if it's constitutionally reasonable, and then they are able to back it with the required documents. I think the miscellaneous can also be touched to help the committee execute their programs.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, what do you think the major problem of the youth in Ghana today? You can narrow it to the university students.
Financial literacy.
Okay. So, with your problem solving skills, how do you intend to help curb this problem?
I will organize periodic workshops and seminars, sorry, seminars, enlightening students on financial literacy.
Mr. Obed, what is contingency fund?
Thank you, Honorable. Contingency funds are funds that are set aside for emergency use.
Okay. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand reimbursements? Reimbursements.
Yes, please.
What does it mean?
Um, I can't give a direct explanation, but I want to like label an example. So reimbursement in this case basically means that suppose a money from a specific account has been um, given to has been withdrawn to some committee. So for them to reimburse it, they are going to deposit back the exact amount into the account that the money was taken from. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obed. So you now have the chance to make a presentation on your policies and innovations, and you have to do that in 5 minutes. So you can step forward and do your presentation.
All right, thank you very much. Um, these are my policies and innovations which I call the SRC Growth Lab. So below is my presentation outline. I have the transparent treasury policy, the smart spending framework, the financial sustainability policy, the participatory budgeting initiative, the SRC Financial Literacy Week, the Student Enterprise Accelerator, the SRC Partnership and Resource Mobilization Drive. Thank you. So for the transparent treasury policy, I'm going to make sure that I ensure transparent budgeting and prudent management of the SRC funds. I would also publish timely financial reports to the student bodies. I'll provide regular accountability updates to the student body, and all these policies all these policies are to ensure transparency to the students. The smart spending framework. This is a policy to make sure that the SRC spend in a specific framework. So one of the ways that I'll ensure this smart spending framework is to make sure that I promote value for money procurement. I minimize I minimize waste in SRC spending. I will maintain quality across all SRC programs and projects. That's the value for money. The financial sustainability policy. This policy, so one of these are the ways that I will ensure financial sustainability policies. I will establish reserve funds for a long-term financial stability, and then diversity SRC revenue through sponsorship, partnership, and alumni engagement. I would also introduce generating initiative to reduce dependence on student funds. The participatory budgeting initiative. So this initiative basically means students will all be involved when the SRC is presenting a budget even to the LA. These are the innovations. These are the innovations which I call the SRC Growth Lab. So one of my innovations is SRC Financial Literacy Week. I organize workshops and seminars on personal finance and budgeting, as said earlier. I'll build student knowledge in investing and entrepreneurship. I will equip students with practical financial management skills. The Student Enterprise Accelerator. So I'll support student entrepreneurs through mentorship and business development. I provide networking opportunity for students' growth, connect entrepreneurs with investors and funding partners. So the next one the SRC Growth Lab is SRC Partnership and Resource Mobilization Drive.
Thank you very much. You've
Thank you.
exhausted your 5 minutes. So you can have your seats and you'll be asked questions about your policies and innovations.
Mr. Obetando,
Honorable.
we are gradually coming to the end of your vetting. On your policies, I can see through it that, and judging from these policies, that you are actually someone who is insistent on fiscal discipline. And so, why do you think that it is necessary for the SRC to uphold fiscal discipline?
Honorable, please can you ask the question again for me?
So now let's go to point 2. And so I'm making this judgment from point 2, smart spending framework. And that talks about fiscal discipline. You don't just spend recklessly. And so I'm asking, why do you think that it is necessary for the SRC to uphold fiscal discipline?
All right, thank you. Yeah, for it is much necessary for the SRC to hold these disciplines because specifically for the smart spending framework, we are promoting value for money, which definitely makes sure that we get a cheaper
So not to interject you, but what do you understand by fiscal discipline?
physical
No,
discipline.
fiscal.
Fiscal. Um,
Actually, the explanation is not far from your policy too.
not mismanaging and then not using.
Ensuring proper finances or
Yeah,
financial
definitely.
management.
Thank you very much.
With the question he asked,
Yeah, so that's what I'm drawing for. So when we promote the value for money framework, we get cheaper deals, cheaper deals while maintaining the quality of goods out there. So get if you can get a specific good for, let's say, 5 cities, and then which a specific goods for 5 cities, which maintain the same quality as a goods that's cost 10 cities. It's definitely a way of ensuring financial discipline. So, in as much as we are ensuring financial discipline, then we are promoting the value of money, more projects, more programs, and whatsoever can be undertaken.
Okay. So my stance on fiscal discipline. How do you ensure that if someone, other executive members, brought his budget to you, but you see that some of the items listed are not needed in your point 2, that is smart spending framework, how are you going to ensure that you cut down those wastes?
All right, thank you very much. The SRC treasurer is the chairman of the Finance and Development Committee, and one of the functions of this committee is to make sure that they engage suppliers for better deal. So basically, to promote value for money. So if an executive presented a budget that is way above expectation, and then we could engage more suppliers to get a better deal. We, in collaboration with the supposed executive, will sit down and explain things to him for him to understand where we are coming from, while making sure that the quality of goods that we are purchasing, or the supplier that we are awarding the contract to, maintain the same quality.
So the same policy too. In your previous or in your current office as the financial secretary, can you tell us some of the situations where you've minimized waste in the expenditure of the JCR?
A scenario.
A recent situation where you did that.
Okay, thank you very much. So specifically with the recent whole week that we had, we we rented tent for 5 days, which I, together with the entertainment chairman, went to the supplier, and then the proposed budget that he gave it to us was 700 cedis for for the sound system. Sorry, for the sound system, 700 cedis per day, and which was way above our budget. So we had to withdraw from the engagement, and then I consulted the president, and then we went there again with the president and make sure that we convince him to reduce the price for us, which at the end of, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, he gave the sound system. He rented a sound system for us at 550 Ghana cedis per day. So even though it doesn't necessarily mean engaging a lot of supplies, but um, asking for reduction, and then effective communication with the person can also lead to maintaining quality.
So thank you very much. So thank you very much. So kindly give us your final words and also tell the students why they should vote for you. So you can be on your feet and do that.
Thank you very much, Honorable. My name is Obetando, the SRC Treasurer Aspirant and the current JCR Financial Secretary. Through my leadership as the as the JCR Secretary, I've been equipped with practical knowledge in finance management and budgeting and procurement experience. So I'm here today asking for your vote, not because of the promising I'm making, but because of my track record. So I'll conclude by saying that vote number 2 for the second term. Thank you very much.
So what will you want to be remembered for as the financial secretary for JCL?
Please come again.
What do you think you'll be remembered for as the financial secretary of the JCL?
I improved myself through accountability, especially.
Start. You are discharged. You are discharged. Thank you. You are discharged.
All right, right. Thank you very much.